Welcome to another 3commas tutorial. How to set up a DCA bot on 3commas. This tutorial will be going over how to set up a DCA bot in 3commas. Please feel free to pause the video if you are setting up your DCA bot while watching. Now, without further ado, let's go. Head on over to 3commas. Go ahead and log into your account. If you need to sign up for a free account on 3commas, feel free to pause the video. We will be working with an active account for this tutorial. When you first log into 3commas, you should land on the dashboard page. Now, let's draw your attention to the left side panel. Marked with an arrow, you'll see an option for a DCA bot. Go ahead and click this option. This is the DCA Bot Hub, where all your DCA bots will be located, as well as analytics about your DCA bots. Under Statistics, the first section gives a total summary of profits. The middle section calculates the total profit by days. This is good if you make bot changes daily to find the best bot performances. The final section calculates the total profit by pair. This is good to determine profitable pairs or stale ones. Scrolling down, we find active DCA bots working on pairs. In this section, it makes it very easy to turn on or off a bot on the fly. Now that we've covered the most important elements of the DCA Bot Hub, let's create our first DCA bot. Scrolling back up, we draw your attention to the top right corner of the screen. Marked with an arrow, go ahead and click Create DCA Bot. When creating a new DCA bot, a window may pop up that looks like this. 3commas does an okay job as trying to guide you, but we find it still confusing for new investors. With that being said, go ahead and click the Advanced, far right option. Here is the advanced settings page for a DCA bot. Things might look confusing, but don't worry, we will go through all the settings together. The first setting on our list is a simple naming field. This is where you name your new bot. A good rule of thumb is to name the type of bot you're using and the pair it is working on, but you can name it whatever you like. Next, the exchange field will list, in a drop-down menu, all the exchanges you have connected to 3commas. If you don't know how to connect an exchange to 3commas, you can check out our other videos for a tutorial on how to do this. But for now, when choosing your exchange, just keep in mind that, whatever exchange you have selected here, is the exchange you want the DCA bot to make trades on. Here, we have single and multi. Single, meaning one single pair, and multi, meaning multiple pairs one bot can use. For this tutorial, we will be discussing the settings for a single pair. We will cover multi-pair bots in a later video. The pairs section is very important as it tells your DCA bot which pair to trade with. 3commas does suggest a pair to use, but it is a very good idea to do some research on a good, volatile pair, because pair movements will generate the most profits in a short amount of time. It is also good to keep in mind that 3commas supports crypto-to-crypto pairs, such as ETH to USDT and so on. This section provides a lot of information, but we are going to keep it simple for this tutorial. This section will show your balance on your exchange, or the money you have available to work with when setting up a trade bot. These numbers will change based on the settings you configure on the left. To put it plainly, when setting up your trade bot, it is a good habit to frequently check this section, because it updates in real time as you configure the settings. A good way to learn what does what is by using this section as a tool to gauge how the settings will affect the funds the bot is allowed to use. Once you start setting up the bot yourself, you'll know exactly what I mean. In the strategy section, your first options are long and short. For a DCA bot, long simply means you are planning on the asset to increase in price over time. The bot will buy and sell as the price rises. The short option is the complete opposite strategy. The bot will sell and buy as the price falls. Next, we have profit currency. Quote and base simply mean you want the bot to take profits in whatever you set here. As you see in our image, the trade pair is set to LTC-BTC as the trade pair. Since it is set to quote, the bot will buy BTC with any profits it makes increasing your BTC amount on your exchange. Next, we have base order size. This means, when you turn your bot on, it'll place an initial buy order on your exchange. If the price goes up after the base order executed, it'll be able to sell the base order at a profit. Lastly, in this section, you have market or limit. If set to market, your bot will execute a base order immediately, but most likely at a higher fee. If set to limit, the base order will be placed on your exchange in limit form, and won't fill, unless the price meets the limit order price. Consult your exchange on fees. Next, we have deals start conditions. In this section you'll be setting up trade condition in which your bot will use in order to know when to make a trade. It is currently set to open new trade ASAP, which means the bot will constantly trade the asset, regardless of other market factors. This option could be good on assets that are extremely volatile. There are other signals you can use too. Another popular signal to use is trading view. If you're not sure what signal to use, the default signal is a great starting point. Next, we have take profit. The percentage set here is the percentage based on total volume. The bot will trigger a take profit order. For example, in a long strategy, the asset's price rises 1.5%. The bot will place a sell order looking to take 1.5% worth of profit from the sell order. The last section we will cover in this tutorial is the safety orders section. First, you have safety orders size. In a long strategy, this is the amount the bot will buy if the asset price falls. For example, if your base order size is $10, a good rule of thumb is to set your safety order size above $10 to make it easier for the bot to make a good profit trade should the price start rising again. Next, we have safety order price deviation. This will set the amount you want your safety order to be spread apart from each other. Back to the left, max active safety trades count is next. This will set the maximum number of safety trades allowed in play at any given time. Setting this too high will lock up a lot of funds and limit orders waiting to be executed should the price fall in a long strategy. Max safety trades count simply sets the total maximum allowed safety trades you want your bot to use should the price fall in a long strategy. These two settings greatly impacts the total funds the bot will use, so it is a good idea to play around with these settings quite a bit to get the best outcome based on your allowed amount of funds. The safety order volume scale simply tells the bot how much you want each safety order to increase in order size. For example, a setting of 1.05 would be a 5% increase between each safety order, should the price fall in a long strategy. Finally, we have safety order step scale. This simply multiplies the price deviation setting in between the safety orders. When you're happy with your bot settings, simply click the Create Bot button and you're finished. This concludes the tutorial. We hope it was of use. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and follow for more content.